Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Let me start by saying big thank you for all the support, all the comments, all the likes, all the subscribers that the channel has seen in the past weeks. It all comes from you, and I just wanted to know I do appreciate all of that. Please keep at it. So here I am about 4 months later, and I ask myself the question, what has happened? I've decided it would be a good idea to cover the old AMD HD cards, simply because I never had the chance to afford them when I was younger. But now that I can, I'm glad I did. You guys seem to enjoy the content so much, and I would like to carry on and bring you some more. So in today's video, we are going to just briefly cover the testing. I'll give you some interesting insights on the numbers, and also to talk about the future or the content that I'm preparing in the meantime. So with that, this is the HD series in review. Now in the series, I've covered 12 different cards ranging from 2007 all the way up to 2013. Let's take a closer look at the HD 3870, where this all started. Released in 2007 at 269 USD, it was not the most expensive. At the same time, it only came with 512 megabytes of fast GDDR4 memory. The card itself sports really simple yet effective design. I must admit, I do appreciate that AMD used a lot of copper, even as far as to cover the memory modules. So I don't believe they spared any costs. It is very unlikely that you'll get a new GPU these days that will have a copper heat spreader for the memory modules. Overall, I think the 3870 is a great little card. For the money I paid, I can't really complain. A quick question for you guys. Can you guess the total amount of VRAM amongst all the cards we've tested? Well, I'll let you know, it does come up to 26 gigabytes, which may seem like a lot, but not really by a modern day standards. Would you guys like to guess what is the total amount of the MSRP across the cards that we've tested? Well, let me read it off my paper. The cost of all the cards in front of me, if bought at MSRP, was a staggering $6,168. We all know the life of a high-end gamer isn't cheap. Moving along and picking up another card from the bunch, I choose the 4870 X2. So this card, if you watch my previous videos, you would know, unfortunately, is no longer well and would not work. So nothing takes it away from the sheer beauty of this card. I mean, this card has some special aura. I don't know what it is. It just feels special. It's really built like a tank. It feels heavy. I absolutely love these heat spreaders, which is very unlikely to be seen on any modern new cards. You guys just think about it. Can you imagine AMD or any vendor partners releasing a 6900 XT Waifu edition? Well, I would certainly look to buy one if there was one. Well, you guys know I was really impressed with how the 4870 stepped up from the 3000 series, and this card is essentially two of the 4870s glued together on a single PCB. So this is nothing short of excellent. I purchased this card for 55 USD, and this retailed at 550 USD. So I'd like to think that I didn't do that bad. Looking at the eBay right now, there are unfortunately none for sale. I'm not entirely sure why is that, but these cards don't come too often. Speaking of purchasing second-hand cards, would you guys like to know how much I've spent across the range? Well, let me start by saying I saved about 90% of MSRP, which puts the total spent on these cards just under 660 USD, which I feel is not too bad. Do you guys think I did well here, or do you think I overspent? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about my spendings. Right, moving along and moving on to the next card from the bunch. And I have to pick the dirtiest of them all. Yes, it is the Asus HD 6970, which is a monster of a card. And there's a little story I've got to tell about this card that you guys may be not necessarily aware of. When I purchased this card, it came with tons of dust. Note to yourselves, please go and watch the video. I feel it's really good. I really had to take this to my kitchen sink and wash it. It was just filthy. What you might also not know is one of the fans was actually grinding really badly, to the point where I've decided to purchase a replacement fan off eBay, which I just realized I was meant to put on the table and show it to you, so let me just pause for a second. You see, as impatient as I get at times, I had nothing to lose and decided to rip a hole to the back of the fan and just simply pour some machine oil in, and guess what? It worked. The grinding was no longer there. This brings me to another point that I was going to discuss with you guys. The videos are mostly focused on generational improvement in performance. So, you know, outside of game testing, I don't really cover much else. And it was suggested to me in some of the comments that maybe perhaps you guys would like to see me doing a repairs. So please let me know in the comments below and I shall comply with this. And the last card I wish to cover just briefly from the bunch is, of course, nothing but the 7990. This card is blazing fast, offered so much more performance than anything we've seen previously. And my reason for picking this up is it is in fact the pinnacle of AMD HD GPUs. Whenever I'm looking for 8000 series of cards, all I get in the search results on eBay are these OEM looking, budget looking cards. But with that, let's cover up the last topic of today's video, and that is the future of the channel. Most of the content is focused about the improvements to each generation of cards. And with that, I didn't really take into consideration power consumption, noise, the thermals, you know, the lot. So what lies ahead of me is this idea. I'm in two minds. You see, I now own all of the necessary cards to cover the same, although green, series of videos where I will be covering the GTX cards. The content needs to move on. I'm thinking the new series of videos, which are hopefully coming up soon. As of now, I've got no content ready for you. So if there is a no video on next Sunday, you know this channel is a hobby, not a full-time job. So please just bear with me. Let's close the video with a question. Any Socket 775 fans out there? Don't be shy. You'd be pleased to hear I recently purchased a gaming PC on eBay for as little as £46, so expect a video on that soon. I'm now also a proud owner of some of the X series chipsets of Intel boards, so some testing will come up in the videos in the future. Now, before I bore you all to death, let me just say thanks ever so much for all the interactions with my channel, all the likes, all the subscribers. I hope everyone is safe. Please take good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.